What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Steve. Hope you are doing well. And you know, the hype cycle can do a weird thing to you. If you're caught up in this hype schedule of sneaker release after sneaker release, collab with this brand, that brand, you know, I feel like you can find yourself liking sneakers that you probably normally wouldn't like. Or you're chasing after things that you probably wouldn't have chased after. But then sometimes you get lucky and you actually hit on something that you really like. And I thought that happened to me, but now I'm not so sure. You know, the Sacai Blazers have been out for a while. There's different colorways available, and I just didn't hit on any of them. And I'd never really looked at them on StockX, didn't really check the resale, didn't really kind of care. I took the L, I kept it moving because there's so many other sneakers out there. I figured, why stress about it? Now fast forward to last week and the British Tans drop. And I joined the draw just like everybody else, and I'm awaiting for my L confirmation, but then I get the W, and I'm like, a Sacai? I've never hit on an Off-White, I've never hit on a Travis Scott, I've never hit on a lot of these releases, Dunks, I mean, you name it, nothing. And I hit on a Sacai collab. Crazy. I mean, I didn't know what to think. So then I go online and see what people are saying about them, and there's not too much commotion about it, and I check the resale, and the resale is pretty much at retail price. I think to myself, wow, either these weren't hyped or Nike made a whole boatload of them, which I don't care. That's fantastic. This is exactly what I've been asking for a long time with these hyped releases or semi-hyped releases. Just make enough sneakers for everyone to have them. Now, I know there's a whole business side of this, and there's a whole thing about, you know, choking the supply to create the hype. And if they didn't do that, if they didn't limit a lot of these releases, there wouldn't be as much fanfare and fervor for these sneakers, and it would kind of dilute the brand a little bit. We wouldn't care as much about these collaborations if everybody was able to get them. The psychology aspect of it is there. It's real. We have to acknowledge that. It's also very annoying, but that's the world we live in, and that's just kind of how the human brain works. And Nike and these other brands, they're going to exploit that. They're going to create faux exclusivity to get us to get excited for these releases. It is what it is, which is why I always say, buy what you like, not what is hyped. In this instance, I was able to buy what I liked, thankfully, even though it's a little bit hyped. Today, we're talking about the Nike by Sacai Blazer Low in that British tan colorway. Perfect timing. End of August here, going into fall. Serious fall vibes. Before we talk more about it, let's first take a closer look. Alright guys, now you've seen a closer look at these bad boys right here. First, if you are new here, consider joining the fam, hitting that like and subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. I want you to be a part of it because you guys are what makes this channel great. Also, check the links down in the description below. Protective shoe spray and cleaning kits to keep your kicks clean. My favorite sneaker books, as well as links to cop if there are any left, though there aren't any left. But like we just discussed, the resale is not going crazy on these, so if you really like them, the way I do, you can get your hands on them for basically the retail price. Maybe you can do even better depending on who's selling. So let's get into it. So you know about the Nike Sacai collaborations. We've seen the waffles, we've seen these blazers before, and the big design story with these sneakers is the overlapping of the materials, almost like there are two shoes mashed into one. And I think the blazers really personify that the best out of all the Nike collabs with Sacai that we've seen, because you've got the heel counter here, which is just layer after layer after layer of that rubber, and then of course wrapping around the toe box as well, you get the same thing, the dual Nike swoosh. Obviously these are all the classic iconic elements of the Sacai Nike collabs, and I never had one in hand, so I'm really taking all of this in for the first time, and like, it is really dope to see the dual swooshes. I like how this one's a little bit more subdued when you have the swoosh here matching the upper, and then the red one coming out the bottom there. Leather with the suede. The suede feels nice. It feels like a really dope suede. You know, not the most high end, but it feels great. And then you get more of this leather along the eyelets as well. This leather feels like a synthetic leather. It might be real. It feels fine. It's normal leather. Again, this is like a $120 retail release, so you can't expect, you know, the highest end of the highest end stuff, even though it is a pretty high profile collaboration. The most surprising thing about this sneaker, as far as a construction and design element go, is the heel counter and how massive this heel, look how thick this is. That's just crazy. Now, it's obviously very squishy, so it's not like it's this big bulky thing that's gonna weigh you down, and it only goes about halfway down into the sneaker. So once you get down here where your heel's gonna actually sit, it's much more thinner. I think this was done more for like a visual effect and a little bit of comfort as well. Then one of the other really cool and probably the most unique of all of this is the dual tongues. I mean, you got the brown tongue with the suede, then you get the nylon tongue at the bottom with the red that says Nike Sacai. It just looks really dope, really cool. It's just so different. And you would think that in some weird way it's gonna mess with the way this shoe feels on foot, but it doesn't. This shoe feels fantastic on foot. It's almost indiscernible, I would say, from wearing a regular blazer, if not for the weight. So regular blazers do have a little bit of weight because they have that heavy rubber sole, but these just have a little bit more to it. But they are super comfortable. I would say they have more of a modern fit than some of your OG blazers. Those can run a little bit narrow in the middle of the foot there on the sole. These feel fantastic. I have a little bit of a wider foot, and I just went with my true size just to see how it would go, and it fits fantastic. So go with your true size. I went with my true size. The length, the width, everything feels fantastic. Despite you having all this crazy layering happening here, it's not affecting the way the shoe fits at all. They've done a really good job in keeping that kind of true. The other dope thing about this sneaker is the lacing system, the dual laces going through, and it's not like some crazy innovation. They're just literally weaving 2 sets of laces through the eyelets. But what it does is it creates a really dope visual of the red with the brown, that red just kind of peeking in behind the brown there, just like on the swooshes here. You got the brown swoosh dominating and the red is poking out. And then here you have the brown laces over the red laces, and it gives it a really cool dimension. And again, like I said, just visually, it's just more appealing. There's more to it. There's a lot of complexity happening on a sneaker that's really only 2 colors with a white midsole. And that is what makes this shoe so dope. It's doing a lot with a little, so it's not trying too hard. If any of that makes sense, I don't know, but I think you kind of get what I'm saying, right? This makes me really eager to get my hands on some of the other Nike Sacai collabs. Like, I would love to get the waffles that are dropping soon. I don't think I will, because I think a lot more people are gunning for those, but hopefully I can get my hands on them. If you're like me and you just keep taking L's, but you haven't got one of these Blazer Lows yet, there's a lot of dope colorways out there, and the prices are more than fair. So definitely check the StockX, eBays, and all that. Get on that resale, get your hands on a pair, go in your true size, and you will be thrilled. I'm telling you, they are definitely worth it. Again, I really like this colorway, and I'm gonna stick with this colorway because we are at the end of August now. We're going into the fall months here in the Midwest, in Detroit. It's gonna get, cold, and fall is a pretty big aesthetic. These are right in the wheelhouse in terms of the colors that I would, wanna rock. Until there's snow on the ground, I can go with this brown and red pair in lieu of a pair of boots, maybe. So if you're already looking forward to some of the fall fits you're gonna put together, consider these right here. I really do feel like these are going to complement a lot of dope looks going into the colder months. And that does it for me, guys, on this video of the Nike by Sacai Blazer Low in the British tan colorway, a super dope sneaker. The construction is crazy, it's visually appealing, it's comfortable, and it's not a crazy price. It's hitting all of the right marks. I definitely recommend you try to get your hands on it. Now, if you are new here, consider joining the fam. Hit that like and subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. I want you guys to be a part of it. I very much appreciate all your likes, comments, subscriptions, and engagements. Also, check me out on Instagram and TikTok at Steve Saw This. You saw these first on Instagram if you're following me on there, because I don't always have time to shoot and review the shoe the same day it comes in, but I have a little bit of time to get a little flick up on the gram real quickly to show you what's coming. So definitely hit me up on Instagram and TikTok as well at Steve Saw This. And with that being said, hope you have a good day, good evening, good night, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.